Welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how you can determine the measure of consensus using Microsoft Excel. This measure can be used as a measure of dispersion for ordinal data. I have a separate video where I show you how it can easily be done by simply using my add-in, which has simply a function that can calculate it immediately. But in this video I'll show you how you can do it without installing any add-ins. To show you how it's done, I have some example data in column A, which actually corresponded to different categories. And I simply have a frequency table over here. I have separate videos on how you can create these, so I'm not going to go too long into them. This simply does a count-if function on these over this entire range of A. Notice I'm using semicolons. In your version of Excel might be using a comma to separate parameters. I also need the proportions, so for that I'll simply first sum these up, so that's done over here, and then I'll simply say, well, I want you to divide this one over that total, and because I'm going to copy paste this down, I put dollar signs. You can press F4 actually multiple times to change where you want them. In this case I actually only need it on the row number, but sometimes for good measure I put them on both. So it also doesn't change the column number even though I'm only copying it down. Then we also need to give ranks for these, so these codes might not have been the rank, so I'm going to just rank each category from 1 to 4 in this case, so 1 to 4. The next thing is then to determine the average rank, which is going to be the rank multiplied by the frequency divided by the total frequency. So we can use the sum product for that. Sum product means to actually multiply these values with these values and sum the results. And then we simply divide that result by the total and we get ourselves our average rank. We also need the range of ranks, which is going to be simply the number of categories that we have minus 1, because it's going to be 4 minus 1. So in this case it's going to be 4 minus 1, and it's always going to be k minus 1. And then the consensus itself, that takes perhaps most of the work. This is the scary looking formula, but we have actually everything we need here. So what I'm doing is I'm multiplying the proportion, that's the one we had over here, and then I'm using a log, the log function, as you can see over here, of 1 minus, and then these vertical bars indicate an absolute value of the x, so that's going to be the rank. So it's actually not xi in this formula, but it should be I minus mu x, so minus the average, and then divide by that dx, and I want log base 2. So I do that for all of those categories. I need to sum those results up. That's the big scary looking E over there. And then finally you add 1, so it's going to be 1 plus that result, and that is finally the measure of consensus. 0 indicating a complete lack of consensus, and 1 a full consensus. So this is right in the middle there. I haven't found any rules of thumb about this, so if you do, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and hope this was helpful.